Hello, my name is Brooke Howerton, and I am currently a teacher candidate at Kennesaw State University. Today I'm going to be talking to you about an integrative art unit that I call Migrating Mutants, and I call it that because that's the name of the artwork that we'll be working with.
And here is what the painting looks like. And this painting, Migrating Mutants, was painted by Anne Coe in 1986.
So this whole entire unit will be third grade standards. And throughout this unit, there's a social studies lesson, a language arts lesson, a math lesson, and a science lesson. So the first lesson of this unit is social studies and art, and it covers the art history component. So with this lesson, it's supposed to be as if the class has already started learning about different regions in the U.S. and where Native Americans settled within those regions. So the teacher will start by just kind of reviewing that, questioning the students, and then the teacher will introduce them to the painting and they'll give the students its name, the artist, and what year it was made. So after the students have been introduced to the painting, they're then going to all be divided into groups, and they're going to work on a sheet where they have to separate little cutouts of paper based on the attributes of the different regions in the U.S. So this is just kind of practicing knowing the differences between the different regions, such as Southwest or Northeast, etc. So then after they've gone over this as a class, the teacher is actually going to ask the class to write down on a little piece of paper which region in the U.S. they think that the painting could take place in. And there's only one correct answer, so they either get it right or they get it wrong. So this will not only prove that they understand the difference between the regions, but it shows whether or not they've really looked at the painting. So the second lesson in this unit is language arts, and it incorporates the aesthetics component. The teacher will start off by asking the students 3 different aesthetics questions, and they're just going to kind of talk about their answers as a class. And then, since one of those questions is, what do you think is going on in this artwork, I thought it would be fun to have the students then, after discussing that, write their own one-page story of their own made-up story for what could be happening in the painting based off of what they can see in it. And the aesthetics questions really help them think deeper about the painting other than just first glance and then writing about it. So the third lesson in this unit is math, and it incorporates an art project as its component. And so basically, the teacher will start off by asking the students to look at the painting again and think about which things in the painting are countable or able to be counted. And basically, the teacher will move towards the cacti in the painting because there's a whole bunch of them. And the whole rest of this specific lesson is going to revolve around the cacti in the painting. So after they've discussed that the cacti are one of the options, the teacher will pass out a worksheet where they'll be practicing their adding and subtracting within 1,000. And again, it's based off of cacti because that's how it's related to the painting. So I will show you that worksheet now because I made it myself. So here is the counting cacti worksheet, and you can see that everything that they're adding and subtracting is based on if they're doing it with the cacti. So once all of the students are done with this worksheet, they're going to turn them in, and the teacher is actually going to grade them. But then they're going to move on to the art project part of the lesson. So each student is actually going to be designing their own original cactus. And there is some specific criteria within that. They have to color in the lines, and they have to use at least 3 different colors, and then they have to draw at least 2 arms branched off of that cactus. So the fourth and final lesson of this unit, Migrating Mutants, is the science lesson, and it incorporates art criticism. So the teacher will bring the students' attention back to the painting, and then will ask the students 4 different art criticism questions. So after they've asked those or answered those questions and discussed it as a class, the teacher's going to ask the students you know, where they think the painting is taking place. And this will lead them to talking about how it's in a desert, and then that will bring the focus on soil, which is the standard that they'll be working on. So the teacher will show them a PowerPoint that talks about different types of soil, and one of those types of soil will be desert soil. So that's going to be the main focus of this lesson. So after the video, the students are going to be working on an activity where they have to match different descriptive words with either dry or desert soil or not desert soil, such as like dry or lots of organisms and stuff like that. And this will really give them practice knowing the attributes of desert soil. And that concludes the Migrating Mutants Integrative Art Unit.